Hello everyone, welcome to this pink smoky eye tutorial. If you guys are interested on how I was able to attain this look, please stay tuned and let's get started with the tutorial. So to begin with, I'll be using strobe cream from MAC to prime my face. I'm using gold light, and as you see, I'll be just taking a pea size of primer on my face, and I will be applying it all over my face, especially where I need the glow. If you'll see the texture of this MAC strobe cream, you will realize that it does have some shiny particles and bring glow to your face. So as you can see, I'm right now priming my face with this cream, and you guys notice that I do get some of that shine, like that natural shine. I would say more like a natural shine to the face. So next I will be using a color correcting stick from e.l.f. This is again one of the best sticks I have used. I also have some other color correctors from LA Girl and from MAC, but I don't know why I personally just love this e.l.f. stick. It's so convenient to use. You just apply it on your face wherever you need some color corrections. Being Asians, we usually need under eye, around the lips and around the nose. So next here I'll be just using a damp sponge. Make sure you guys use a damp sponge because it takes off the extra product that is applied to the face, whether it's a foundation or a color corrector, concealer, whatever is it. Make sure you guys get a damp sponge. So today for foundation, I will be using full coverage cream foundation. This is a pro palette from MAC, and I don't think so it's available at the stores. You have to either order online or you have to go to Toronto downtown to get one. I just personally love it because it's just so convenient to use, and being a makeup artist, it's very convenient for me to keep on the go so many colors of foundation. Plus this foundation is just wonderful. It just applies like flawless on the face, looks flawless. And even if I am in a hurry, like let's say in 5 minutes I'm doing a 5 minutes makeup for my everyday, I would still use this foundation. Now, as you guys can see, just the one layer of foundation on one half side of my face just makes so much difference. I'm not using any kind of primer to fill up my pores, but still does this foundation applies so good on my face, and my skin just looks pretty, and it just looks like normal skin. It doesn't even look like I have applied makeup on my face. So you guys can see one layer of foundation looks flawless on my skin. Next I will be applying contour on my skin, and today I will be using LA Girl Pro Conceal. The color that I'm using is dark cocoa. I'm not a contour queen. I don't like hard contours. I'm just a soft contour girl because it's just me, and I just feel like using these cream contours or liquid contours just kind of like blends with your original foundation, and it just looks like natural and doesn't feel like you have hard lines of contour on your face. You guys can contour how you usually do. I just do it around my cheekbones and nose and a little bit on my forehead. Here you guys can see clearly where I have applied my contour, and show you guys how I blend it. Next, I will be highlighting my face with e.l.f. concealer. It's e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer, and I am using color medium peach. I will be just applying it under the eyes, forehead, nose, just above the lips, and on the chin area. Now you guys can clearly see where I have applied my contour and where does my highlighting or the concealer to highlight my skin goes. It's very clear, and I think it will be very easy for you guys to follow where to contour and where to highlight. So here I'm just blending my highlight. I try to my highlight and contour, sorry. So I usually blend my highlighter first and then I blend my contour. I am using the same sponge that I use to apply the foundation. So next I will be using a loose setting powder from Colab. I am using color Ivory. I am a huge fan of loose setting powders over using the face powders, but it's your personal preference, whatever you guys want to use. And I will be just applying and leaving it over the area where I want more highlighted, let's say under the eyes and just below my contour to make a nice crease of contour, and also to my forehead. I also have Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I am just in love with that as well. It's one of the best drugstore product I have seen. Otherwise, if you want to go for high-end, Laura Mercier is one of the best loose powders that I'm using currently. Next, I will be working on my eyebrows. I'm using LA Girl Pro Pomade, and I'm using color dark brown. I don't even think so I ever used black color for my eyebrows. I most of the time go down for dark browns because the dark browns give you a natural finishing shade, whereas the black ones just pop out your eyebrows, and I personally just don't like using black for eyebrows. I love black eyeliners, black mascaras, but I'm just not the one who would use the black color for my eyebrows, if you guys want to go for more natural look, go for dark brown shades. LA Girl Brow Pomade is best, and I'm in love with it. Now you guys can see my eyebrows are done and they look good. Next I am using a MAC Pro Longwear paint pot. Again, I love using it on my brides. If you guys don't want to spend some money on it, I would just suggest you use a concealer. We used e.l.f. 6-hour camo concealer to highlight under the eyes. The same concealer can be used to apply the eyeshadow. We are just creating a base. Actually, it's very important to create a base for the eyeshadow. This is because if we don't use a base and just start applying the eyeshadows barely, like just directly on the skin, the colors would not pop out. There would be way more fallout. Just applying a concealer or anything like a MAC paint pot gives a nice base for the eyeshadows. So for my eyeshadows today, I'll be using the Berries by Juvia's. Juvia's place has huge variety of eyeshadows, and their eyeshadows are very pigmented. I love their eyeshadows. Today I will be using one of the Berries eyeshadow palette by Juvia's. I'm in love with it. Actually, I'm in love with all the Juvia's palettes that I have right now. I also have the Violets by Juvia's, the Nude by Juvia's, and the Chocolates by Juvia's. Just loving with all of them. So I will be using this lightest pink shade as my transition shade. It's very important to use a transition shade before applying the actual colors of your eyeshadows, because what I feel is like the transition shade gives you that soft finishing. I am not a fan of harsh eyeshadow finish looks. I love that soft finishing touch towards the end of the eyeshadows when I finish my eye makeup. So I will be applying the softest pink on the palette just above my crease line. I have hooded eyes, so you guys know it's hard to work with hooded eyes. So I have to create my own line to make sure that my eyes look a little bigger than they are. So I will be applying this light pink just above my actual crease line to give as a transition shape. So next I will be using this shade number 1. Usually the Juvia's place goes by shade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll be using this darker reddish pinkish berry shade to apply and make a false crease line. So this I will be applying, as you guys can see, just above my actual crease line. It will give a false look of my crease line, as I will be making a little bit more depth in my eyes by using this color. As you guys will see how this end product will look like. Again, let me mention, if you guys don't have hooded eyes, so you will be using this darker shade, which is the second shade I'm using on my eyes, or the shade number 1 from the Juvia's palette, in your crease line to create that more depth. Why I am using above my crease line is because I have hooded eyes and I want my eyeshadow colors to be prominent. As you guys can see, I'm just going back and forth over my eye and trying to create that depthness and that crease just above my line with that shade color. It's just easy. You just go back and forth and apply and mix all the colors really good. You blend them really good. Next, I will be using the shade number 6. It is the darkest shade on this palette. It's very purpley, berry shade again. Of course, it's all the colors are berry shades. So yes, this I will be applying all over my lid, and then you will be seeing next how I will be blending all these shades together to create that best smoky look. As you guys can clearly see that I have applied the darker shade on my eyelid, and I'm just using a clean brush now to blend that darker shade with the dark pinkish color that I used to create a false crease line on my eyes. And you can just see I'm just working on the colors, trying to blend them as good as I can so that they look flawless and they look like in a symmetry. As you guys can now see that I'm using the same brush with which I applied my transition shade, that was the lightest pink on this palette, and I'm just blending it over the top so that it just looks very nice and gives a smoky effect. I don't see any harsh lines, so you just have to go back and forth and blend it really good so that you don't get any harsh lines. And now I'll be just taking a clean brush and wiping off all the extra product that I have on my face, the powder, the setting powder that I applied on my face. It usually just leaves a nice color behind. As you guys can see now, I have that nice contour line after I left that setting powder for some time. So just don't panic out when you're applying contour. Oh my god, it's not in a straight line. Your loose setting powder can help out in creating that best line. As you can see, our eyelids are done, and now we have to work on our lower lash line. So I will be using again that darkest shade from the palette, which is shade number 6, and I will apply it all over my lower lash line to create that nice smokiness. So today I will be using Maybelline New York Crayon Kohl to cover my lower lash line, or use it as a kajal. I also like NYX Jumbo Pencil. It's called Jumbo Eye Pencil, and I usually use shade 601 Black Bean. So I will be using Morphe highlighter palette today to just highlight my inner eyes of the skin. The best place is to highlight where our tear ducts are. And next, I will be using a mascara from NYX, Worth the Hype. I am using R500 as my shade. I think this is the blackest shade they have. Yeah, it's called black, just the shade number is 500 and the name is black. So this mascara is a wonderful mascara to volume up your eyes. It's long wear. I also have used some other mascaras from e.l.f., from Maybelline Snap Mascara is one of the best mascaras I also know. So next we will be using a powder contour from e.l.f. I like this contour. It does have a little bit of shiny particles to it. It just looks awesome on my face, blends really good, and I'll be applying right where I did my cream contouring to bring that more warmthness and that more finishing to the face. So for blush, I will be using Palladium Matte blush today in color Rubber Matte. I will be applying blush to my cheekbones. When you give yourself a little smile, the cheeks that pop out are the cheeks that you actually need to blush them up, and you guys can see in video clearly where I'm blushing. Yes, on my cheeks. I love blush, so I do apply a little bit of blush on my forehead, on my tip of nose, and on my chin. Now I'm going to highlight my skin or my face, and I will be using a highlighter palette from Morphe. I'm a huge fan of Morphe products and they are very reasonable. I love Morphe for that. So I will be mixing two shades today. I am mixing shade Extra and Shooting Star together to get that nice glow on my skin. I will be applying it right over where my cheekbone is. You guys can clearly see how amazing this highlighter is. It brings back the skin, it brings back the glow to your skin. So I will be applying it over my cheekbone as I said, and also to my forehead, the highest points of my forehead, nose, and to my chin. Next, I will be setting my makeup from a setting spray by Morphe. This is very crucial and important step of the makeup. You need to set your makeup with a spray. So basically you hold the bottle 8 to 10 inches away from your face, close your eyes, and apply mist all over your face, and it will just like give that finishing touch to your face. For lipstick, I will be using MAC lipstick. Shade I'm using is Cream Sheen on Hold. Shade number is A76. Again, who doesn't love MAC? So now I'll quickly apply eyelashes and deep pack. So this was my end result, how I looked for the party. This is a full glam makeup by me. If you guys like my work, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It's my very new channel. Please support me, and thank you for watching. And I will see you guys again next Friday. Thank you.